Okay. I'm here at the Huaca Pucllana in Lima, Peru. Lima is a city that is thousands of years old, with the oldest habitation dating back to about 2000 BC. As you can see, this pyramid is in the middle of the city. This dates back to the time of the Lima culture, which was about between 200 and 700 AD. And it's the largest pyramid, I believe, out of all of the ones in Peru. I'm going to go inside the museum and check it out. This thing is enormous. There's a massive footprint. It's not super tall, but it's still at least taller than a 3-story building. So it's got to be about 4 stories tall. May have been taller in ancient times. There probably would have been buildings on top. I'm not sure how much of that survived. There's some platforms up there. Looks like some of the original builders are still here. Wow. Here you can see one side of the platform and what could be a sunken plaza, and maybe more pyramid over there. It's kind of difficult to even understand the shape of it from walking around. It looks pretty random. Unfortunately, I was only in Lima for one day, and on that day the pyramid was closed. However, I did know of another nearby, which seemed to be open. But there was a surprise waiting for me when I got there, because I thought it was just a normal archaeological site. Hello! I'm here in the ancient city of Maranga. Lima used to be an ancient city starting from about 600 BC. And as the city expanded, it gradually consumed this ancient city that was there. Some of it is left here in the Parque de las Leyendas, but they've also built a zoo here and a botanical garden. But as you can see, there's pyramids all around as well, huacas, there and there, and there's many more throughout the site. So I'm going to look at a few of those today and tell you a bit about them. The Huaca San Miguel, you can see that they have some little wax figures of the people who built it. That's a real person who's restoring the pyramid. And it continues over there and over there and over there. Which one of these people is a real human being? And which is a wax statue? Did you guess? Yeah, it's the guy that's walking. Well, it looks like this one is also closed. All the pyramids in Lima are closed. But that's okay, because next to the pyramid we have some kind of animals. What's in there? There's some kind of creature there. It's a Pucllana. Looks like some kind of giant rodent, like a beaver. This looks like a pyramid, but as far as I know, this is actually a part of the zoo. This site is unique in that it blends the ideas of pyramid and zoo. An interesting combination. You can see a giant pyramid over there, but I think it's behind some animal enclosures. So let's see what sort of creatures I meet along the way. It's a blue eagle. And over there, of course, we have a llama. No, that's a vicuña. Okay, this is the Huaca Tres Palos. It's one of the larger of the huacas at this site. You can't really get close to it because they built some amusement park rides in front of it. It's always weird to see how they reuse ancient sites. This is definitely one of the most interesting uses I've seen for one. Over here we have Huaca La Cruz. There's not a lot left of this one, and I don't think it's been excavated. Okay, behind the inflatable slide. There you can see still what the ancient city would have looked like before they built this park around it. Here's a model of the site. These are some of the huacas that I've been visiting. And you can see that there was a big irrigation system with a large reservoir of water and many different buildings. Some of them were found to have yellow paint on them. Here again, you have an idea of what it would have looked like. It's the Huaca San Miguel, and the one I just saw, the Tres Palos. Only some of these have been excavated, but what they found is on display here. I guess some of these would have been for animals. Lots of corn was grown here. And from this point, you would have a view of all the valley as a way to keep track of all the farmers and make sure that no invaders or marauders were coming. There's a river, and there's another canal that goes like that. And over there you have the island in the distance. The canals were pretty simple and were just lined with stones on either side. This is some very old pottery from 800 BC. Many of the pyramids are built out of these adobitos, which are little clay bricks, mud bricks, and a lot of them were taken away by later people and used for houses. So we don't know what was here before completely. You can see that they didn't only use that, they also sometimes used rubble and river cobbles. And there's another mummy bundle. You can clearly see the skull there. And here we have a reproduction of one of the lords of Sipan from northern Peru, who would have interacted with the Lima people and traded with them based on the things they found here. And these are some of the real artifacts from that burial behind me. These are earrings of gold and turquoise. There's a lot of ruins here. Not a lot of information about them, but not a lot is known. Not all of these have been excavated, and a lot of them are in poor condition. This sort of mud brick architecture doesn't lend itself very well to preservation. It's all kind of dust that crumbles apart. But in a few places they were able to find some paint, either yellow or red. So we know that all of these buildings would have been very richly adorned back in the day when they were built. Now we have only left some rooms, some outlines of rooms and plazas, enough to piece together a vague idea of what it would have looked like. Over there is Huaca number 34. That's one of the unexcavated huacas. This is Huaca 32A. This is one of the moderately old ones. It's between 400 and 900 AD, and it looks like they're currently doing some excavation on it, or they've done some recently. All of these are being preserved so they can be excavated eventually. And there's a zebra. Here you can see the structure of the site, that there was a pyramid that was inside of an enclosure, and following a series of ramps led up to the main central platform. So an archaeologist just explained to me, I met an archaeologist on top of that last pyramid, and they explained to me that this is actually the wall which delineates the edge of the site. And you can see it's quite big, and it goes all the way around, and it would have served as a defensive structure, but also as a way to delineate probably what was a very sacred space. Alright, well, the day is done. They're closing the park, and one last detail is that they put garbage bags over these wax figures at night so they don't get rained on. There are dozens of pyramids in Lima, and I might have to go back and try again. Thank you to my patrons. This has been Pyramid Review.